you're watching A-Fox, and my update for Destiny finally finished. Oh my god, 2.00 is here, and this screen is just telling us about the Arms Day new weapons that have arrived. Banshee's now got some prototype weapons for testing, and it's going to be awesome to look at those, so hopefully there'll be something good along there. We're going to get straight into what's new about the game now that it's all been updated. It's 17 fucking gig worth. As you can see, the layout for where everything is slightly different. The reef's now off to the left as opposed to above us. The tower is still in the middle, Earth is still at the bottom, and everywhere else is roughly in the same place. Your Crucible and Vanguards have moved up to the top, so if you want to do the strikes playlist, that's now up in the top corner, although there isn't really anything to do at the moment. And in the bottom corner there, you can see is where we've got our quick selection for the weekly strike and nightfall. But we're going to head off to the tower first of all. So we're just going to head into the vault first of all, and as you can see, big difference, not everything is displayed on the same page. We've got our weapons displayed on one page, and then on the second page we've now got our armor, which is, I don't know if I'm feeling great about it. And then on our third page, of course, we've got everything else, like our emblems, our shaders, and then of course we've finally got like our bits and pieces like spin metal and everything we've picked up from the environments. The good thing about this is that there's now 36 space on this page, and on the other pages we've got 72 for our armor and 72 for our weapons. So the space has increased a lot. I don't personally like the display on each different pages, but oh well. Moving on to the Cryptarch, as you can see, he's not got anything for sale because he's not selling shit anymore. In 5 days' time, when the Taken King comes out, he's going to be selling some awesome things. Apparently, he's going to be selling legendary stuff, like engrams for legendaries, which is pretty cool. And you'll be able to continue ranking up your Cryptarch. And hopefully that means he's going to be less of a dick and give us some better gear. And apparently they've also increased the chances of legendary drops anyway, so that is a great thing. Moving on to the Gunsmith, as you can see, he's not got any weapons for sale because when the DLC drops, there's going to be some better gear that we can acquire from here too. We've still got all our telementaries that we can pick up to boost up our stuff and our little synthesis, and we'll be able to start ranking him up as well apparently soon, so maybe he's going to become a little bit more useful for us level 34 players and not just if you're level 4. As you can see, the bounty tracker, he's still here doing his job. They've changed the way that the icons look for these two now, so our Crucible bounties and our Vanguard bounties look slightly different. They've changed some of the bounties for Crucible. As you can see, some of them require a fire team of 2 or more players. I've said this in my other video, but I don't really think that's very fair. But I guess it's a good thing that they're starting to mix up the bounties and make them slightly different. Get 2 heavy weapon kills in 1 life is slightly different to the previous ones, and in these ones for our Vanguard, slightly different as well. This is going to mix up the way that we do get our kills, because such as that bounty there where you have to get precision kills. Usually you go to your sniper, but now we've got to use a primary weapon, so it might mix up the way that we play our bounties about, so that's going to be nice. I'm looking forward to testing out different styles of playing for doing those. Now we're just going to head off to see the speaker, who is hopefully going to have a nice little surprise for me. Thank you, Speaker! My bounty finally got completed for me. If you had any exotic bounties that you were halfway through and you'd already decrypted what weapon it was going to be for, they have been automatically cleared for you. Like, that is the best news ever. Like, that is amazing. I was getting so fed up with that bounty. But anyway, I'm glad that I've got that. As you can see here, the Speaker is now selling. What we can see is called the Ghost Shell. They are awesome, look at them. I think they're really nice. The first one's quite a low level, so they're really accessible for everyone, and then as you get up, their defense gets higher and what they do for you gets better, and there's different colors and different styles that you can pick up from different people. You can get some faction shaders and everything, so it's going to be really nice to see that we can finally customize our own ghosts. And of course he's still got his other little bits for sale too. And moving on to what we've got just outside of where he is this little post here, which shows us our Emblem Collection. Some of these are ones that we've already accessed, some of them are old ones that you can see, but it sort of just shows you as a whole the different emblems that you can pick up. It's also got a preview of some of the emblems that you can pick up from the DLC when that drops, so these are the preview of those for you guys if you want to have a look at those. I personally have found my Forever emblem, which is one of the faction ones. I just think it looks great. great. And these are a couple of the other ones. They're not so nice, they're not as colourful and cool, but they're an option if you like that sort of thing. And as we walk over to the right, we've got shaders here, right next to the woman who sells terrible shaders. But these shaders are so much more awesome than the other ones. It's got so many here. Like, I'm really glad that I can get a preview of the different shaders that are available to me. Like, I'm personally thinking of ranking up my dead orbit after I finish a future workout now, because I do really like a couple of these shaders. Like, I really like this one. I like it, just looks a little bit like the Shadow White shader with a bit more colour to it. But I really want this one. Look at it, it's so nice. I'm just obsessed with Future Workout, and the fact that there's a shader that perfectly matches my cloak just makes me extremely happy. But this one doesn't really match as well, but there's 4 different shaders for each, and I think they look awesome. Anyway, I'm not going to show you all the shaders because that would take absolutely ages, but they're there for you to have a look at when you want to. If you're wondering where Eris has moved to, she's now relocated herself down by where the vanguards are, which is fantastic because it means she's finally packed up her ship. Here you can see I've got a couple of dark below missions still to acquire. I don't know if that's what everyone's going to have, but I'm fairly certain it's because I never finished doing all their bounties. But you can access these from here, and then they go into your quests page as opposed to going onto the page where all your other missions go, which means you can actually hold on to all your missions and have your quests separate, so it doesn't take up the same amount of space, which is pretty good. But yeah, if you want to level her up and get the things that you missed before, there she is. And moving on to the Vanguard, as you can see, Path of the Blade Dancer is now available, which basically, whatever class you are, there'll be the Path of the Sun Singer or whatever it's called, and the Path of the Void Walker and all of that stuff, basically, which means you can pick up these little quests. They'll be on the quest page as well for you to access, and these quests allow you to do so many different steps. Like the first step here, or step 2, is to kill 50 enemies with my arc blade, grenade, or any ability that's to do with arc. And once I've completed those 50 kills, I'll have to return back to him, and then once I've done that, I'll get some rewards for it. As you can see, he's giving me some crappy cloaks that I really don't need, so great, I can destroy that. But yeah, that's available for you to do as well now, which is pretty cool. Don't do them until after the 15th, by the way, because otherwise you might not get your rewards. Moving on to what you can see here, which is the factions allegiance, is some word like that. It says, what does the future bring? We alone have the answer. It's always been war. That's what Future War Cult is all about, and that's the people that I'm signed up to. And if you pick up this Future War Cult badge, it means that you can gain reputation whenever you earn Vanguard or Crucible reputation. So if you purchase that, it does cost 2,500 glimmer, which is a little bit of a shame, but when you pick that up, that means you'll get extra points towards acquiring that. Here, as you can see, they've got all this for the factions, each one now. You can exchange motes of light, weapon parts, your sapphire wire, or whatever it is for your class. And you can also exchange special ammo and heavy ammo as well, but I don't really think that anyone's going to want to donate their heavy ammo synthesis to the funds, but apparently it's, if you want to help by donating towards them, it means that you can help stock up for their war or whatever their cause is, which is just pretty cool. And the material exchange is also the new materials that we can now pick up when we destroy clothing items. So as you can see, they give you quite a lot of reputation, 50 points for doing one. You have to donate 25 pieces each time, but as you can see, look how much I'm leveling up from just donating a few pieces of unneeded sapphire wire. So that's awesome. So if you are really desperate to level up your faction, then this may be an option for you. Whether it's the best way of doing leveling up, I'm not entirely sure, but it's one way of doing it, I suppose. And also, if you do have so much stuff in your storage space, I guess it does help you clear it up a little bit. But I would suggest don't bother going to the extremes of using heavy ammo and your motes of light, because they're probably going to come more handy in the future for you. Here, as you can see, this is the quest page that I was talking about. This is also from earlier in the day, so my bounty was not complete. But see, your bounty is now off to the right side, and all your quests are in the middle, which is pretty cool. It makes it clear and easy to access them and track where you are doing each one. Anyway, that's more or less everything there is to show you to do with the tower and the update. I hope this video was useful for you and that you gained some insight towards the changes and all the updates, which is pretty cool. I think there's a lot of good stuff in here. Anyway, this is a 10-minute long video, so I'll see you guys soon. Bye!